All right, good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very excited to bring you a very important update on VeChain. We are nearing an inflection point. Soon here, VeChain is going to have a big move. So, folks, in this video, I'm going to run through some technical analysis, talk about what I see happening both short-term and long-term. So if you like the sound of that, and if you want to stay up to date with the latest and greatest in cryptocurrency news and technical analysis, do yourself and me a favor: like, subscribe, comment, and share, and hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. So I've been saying for a few days on this channel that VeChain is kind of in this very precarious zone. We were forming this apex based off this this wedge from these white lines here. Okay, we've seen it broken down, but we're kind of consolidating just below our white trend line here, forming what could be considered another bed of support represented by this green support line here. But we're right up against resistance, strong resistance at 22 cent here. Looking at the 12-hour chart, we can see that 22 cent is a very price reactive zone. Everywhere we look, we can see how price kind of reacted, wicked off 22 cent. So I think this is kind of the key level that VeChain needs to get above if we want to see bullish continuation. If VeChain can flip 23 cents from resistance into support, I think at the very least we're retesting all-time highs and possibly entering price discovery. I think our bullish price target for mid to long-term scenario is 32 to 33 cent. We take that from taking the height of our descending triangle, move it to a potential breakout point. I'd say the breakout point is 23 cent, and that also lines up pretty closely with a Fibonacci extension level. So I think the price target is about 32 or 33 cent for a bullish breakout, kind of in the midterm. If we break up bullishly, let's say we don't break out bullishly, let's say we break down, because look, we're getting rejected off 22 cent. We're currently below the 236 Fibonacci retracement, another critical level that we're below that's now going to act as resistance. Let's say we do break down from this green trend line, then I think we're very likely to just ride this white trend line down, perhaps to the 382 here, kind of 17.3 cent, just above 17 cent. So I think 17 cent, 16 cent, and then right here at 15 cent are the three most critical support levels I think VeChain could retrace to if we do start to break down. Ultimately, I think the 200 EMA on the 6 hour is probably going to be the floor of support for VeChain, at the very least a temporary floor of support, because if we zoom out and look at VeChain's prior price history, we can see that the 200 EMA on the 6 hour was continually the bedrock of support for VeChain several times. Here's support, here's support, here's support, here's support, here's support. So when VeChain had corrections, when we had pullbacks from major impulses, where did we find our support? Where did we stop correcting? The 200 EMA on the 6 hour. So that's currently just about 15 cent. We had, a price reactive zone here. I believe if we pull out our VPVR here while it loads, yeah, see 16 cent here, I believe is kind of a price reactive zone, psychological level, and then kind of here 18 cent as well. So really it's four regions. So let me distill this even more clearly. I think 18.3 cent here, our next fib level 17.3 cent, 16 cent, this is a nice psychological zone. This is kind of the base of our descending triangle, and then 200 EMA on the 6 hours. Kind of the four levels we need to look out for in terms of where I think VeChain could find support if we do decide to break down. So that's what's going on with VeChain. Now again, folks, I keep bringing up the VeChain Bitcoin pairing because it's going to be very key if you want to understand what way VeChain will move next, because we're seeing a little bit of bullish divergence here on the VeChain Bitcoin pairing, but we're having a pullback. We're gonna probably fall back down, retest the breakout zone here. I'd actually widen this a bit more, retest the breakout point, as long as we can remain above this kind of green zone here. And that's a little bit of a large range here, but as long as we remain above this green range here, as long as we remain above that breakout zone here at about 354, I think VeChain is in the clear. If we can fall back down, retest the breakout point, hold it as support, go back up for and make a higher high, then we're good, then we're flying. So following the VeChain Bitcoin pairing, whether we can find that support here is going to be very telling for understanding if VeChain starts to break out bullishly. Because if we find that support at the breakout zone right here, and maybe we can even narrow this a bit more, if we find support at this breakout zone, then hopefully we find support here, and if we start to make moves to the upside, make a higher high on the VeChain Bitcoin pairing, that's probably going to be our cue that we could see a bullish breakout and get above 22 to 23 cents. That's the key level we need to look out for. 22 to 23 cents is the key resistance zone for VeChain. If we can get above that, again, I think we're retesting all-time highs, eventually 32, 33 cent. So those are some of the major factors you guys need to be aware of with VeChain. I am a long-term holder of VeChain. Once I decide to start scaling out of my positions, I'm going to be letting you guys know, not because we do financial advice, not because you should follow what I say. You should come up with your own investing strategy, your own plan for when to buying and sell. You shouldn't have to rely on me. But my hope is that, if you stay tuned in this channel, if you follow our reasoning, hopefully it can inform your thought process, and you can hopefully come up with your own investment and sell-off strategy. But when it is time to sell my positions, I will be letting you guys know when and why. Really, I'm looking to sell out on my long-term positions based off a few things, based off time frames, some macro cycle indicators on chart metrics, and Bitcoin dominance and Ethereum dominance and altcoin dominance. Once you reach certain levels, certain milestones, I'll definitely start to take some profits, especially if VeChain ever gets around $1. I'll definitely take some profits. So $1 is going to be a very nice psychological level. So there's probably going to be a lot of selling off leading up to $1. So my approach is I'd probably sell off a little bit, maybe at 94 cents, 87 cents, just a little bit below where you could anticipate some psychological resistance coming up. And I do think VeChain has a good chance of reaching about $1 this bull run. A lot of people seem to like VeChain for good reason. For those who don't know, VeChain is a leader in its niche. It aims to improve supply chains and logistics through tracking on the blockchain. One of the best use cases in crypto. Already has tons of real-world partnerships, tons of developments and improvements to the VeChain ecosystem every day. They're bringing out NFTs. They're building out their ecosystem by funding development. Very, very bullish on this project long term. Again, I think maybe 70 cents to $1 is probably pretty realistic for VeChain this cycle. So again, folks, make sure you stay tuned to this channel. Whenever anything interesting happens with VeChain, we're definitely going to be talking about it here as well. We're going to be doing a live stream tonight, roughly 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you stay tuned for that. We're going to be answering you guys' questions, and we're also going to be presenting a few very interesting things. I have a few altcoins that I want to just put on your guys' radar that I think are very worthwhile at the very least track. So make sure you stay tuned for that live stream later tonight. Like, subscribe, comment, share, hit that bell icon notified of new uploads as well. If you like what we do, you want to support us, if you want to become a VIP Discord member, you get access through our Patreon down in the description below. In our VIP Discord member, we chat to our members regularly, we answer questions, that's where we post our low cap gems that we're looking at, interesting setups, we post very helpful resources. So make sure you check that out. Link for that is through our Patreon down in the description below. Once we reach 100 Patreon members, we're going to be giving away a hardware wallet as well. We're going to be looking to get our own aMillionortheMoon recording studio. So make sure you check out everything down in the description below. Let me know what you think down in the comments. We read all the comments. Until next time, folks, thank you so much for watching. Take care.